Welcome, everyone. This is Team SAS, the Secured Assurance Squad. And the challenge is to streamline assurance processes by automating the identification of both evidence items and current evidence gaps required by routine assurance activity, empowering assurance managers to confidently and hopefully focus their efforts elsewhere to the greatest effect. To our judges, we are introducing our
Assurance Reporting and Review Score Evaluator, or ARS. Our ARS interrogates documentation against a given set of criteria. It provides a report of quantitative and qualitative data measuring the maturity of the information against the criteria provided. The documentation is scored based against the criteria, allowing for a RAG status to be assigned to it. This information is posted to a dashboard for assurance positions to be easily monitored. All of this has been achieved using a Copilot agent, Uranus.
Talking through our strategy flow graph. The strategy flow begins by identifying our users, their requirements, and defined inputs. This information then enters a common data environment, which is secure, forming the bedrock for the artificial intelligence to carry out its deep analysis. This intelligence allows ARS to provide targeted outputs, generate metrics, track assurance performance, generate insights that are specific to a role and/or a persona.
So we've got a short video that demonstrates our build in action from start to finish. So essentially, we're using Copilot to carry out a review of any document that's imported based on a master assessments listing that would be managed externally by the business so they can keep it updated and accustomed to the latest assumptions and exclusions. So essentially what we've done is we've asked Copilot, we've built it as an agent, so its sole function as an agent in this instance will be just to carry out the review. The idea is Copilot will only use the master assessments criteria list to carry out its review. And what we've asked it to do is to export a CSV file as a result of the assessment that gives us quantitative data using scoring against the criterias in a particular format that we need it to be in to maintain the consistency of our query, which is our next part of our build. So as an example, we've added the file in. I've cut off the loading time for it to do the assessment. The idea is this file, once it's outputted from Copilot, will get stored in an assessment result file, which will be online. And the original PDF that was used would be stored in another separate location, like a document directory in this instance. The idea is to keep them separate. And then there is a build that we've put together using query that's going to look at both these folder locations, and it's going to essentially pull through and collate the data. So quick demonstration of how that looks. There's a document matrix. We refer to it as a document matrix essentially because it's going to give unique insights across each of the individual unique documents. And so every time something's added to those folders, the query is going to pull it through and append it to the bottom of the list. So in this instance, you can see PMP 11 finals now there. And because it has got an AI assessment, because it's identified a assessed title file, it's pulled through the data for it. So the workbook is essentially going to provide insights. It's using query to collate the data. So it's the query set to look at both the folder locations. Every time it identifies a new unique document style, it's going to pull that through. Every time it finds a match between the assess file and the unique PDF file, it's going to collate it against it and give you a unique single line with both sets of the information on it. So it's also pulling through the full listing for every single assess file as well as a table in itself to be used for insights and also to go into smaller detail on specific lines. So the master criteria list or assessment list has been added to the work file, which is where I'd suggest to keep it stored. And this is where the listing would be managed and to be updated when it's required. And that would then need to be put back into the Copilot once it's been version controlled. This dashboard is essentially looking at all the source information in the back of the work file that would be hidden. It's using pivots to pull through the insights as graphs, and we're using splicers to connect them all together. So they're all connected by the report connection. So all of the filtering can be done on the left side to keep it simple, and ultimately wherever it's filtered will adjust the insight.
Understanding the expectation gap, predictive analytics and integration with data lakes, from compliance to value-driven assurance, automated routine audits, integrated audits across portfolios, human-centric and well-being assurance. The answer to judges' question number 1, train the agent on previously accepted and approved documents and criteria, ensure representative test data and criteria, utilize human interaction and evaluation from SMEs, role and personas, applied adversarial testing, probing for weakness, Answer to question number 2. Accessibility and future automation, considering things like email alerts. Considering domain specialization related to industry-specific legal and security requirements. Practical implementation into real-world application and use. We also consider long-term flexibility, customization, and scalability. Answers to number 3. Good, clear, and concise prompts designed to return information and reduce randomness. Dedicated structured output to meet defined user requirements. Verification and validation against known controlled data sets. Human verification prior to decision making. Clear evaluation metrics. Data sets managed within a secure and common data environment.
Thank you so much for allowing us to show you our ask. We consulted with an SME and he was really pleased with what he saw as well.